Okay, should be working now.
Ah! Oh, oh, sorry. Oof, I was trying to doze there. Had a nightmare, saw a very scary image. Oof, thank God I woke up. Oh, since you're here, and since it's Saturday, why not continue my tradition? Trepacer Saturday reviews. I have two films here. Let's review them. Sorry about that. Oof, just really tired. Thought I'd catch a quick crap nap, but that was a scary nightmare. Oof. Anyway, the first movie that I'll be reviewing is called Argo. Okay, this is of course, the best, won the Best Picture Oscar for this year, or last year technically. Argo, starring Ben Affleck. This also stars Bryan Cranston, Alan Arkin, and John Goodman. Okay, and this is based on a true story. About in 1979, the American embassy was overrun in Iran, was overrun by Iranian revolutionaries. Americans were taken hostage. I think it was 52 hostages were taken back then, but 6 of them managed to escape to the Canadian embassy. Okay, and were hidden out there. Okay, so the CIA, of course, wanted to smuggle them back, smuggle them out, of course, but of course, they had to try to do it, undercover. They had a big meeting to decide how to do this. They floated about all these different ideas and stuff, and then they exploration expert. That's I think the proper way to pronounce exploration expert. Tony Mendez, which is played by Ben Affleck. He comes up with a plan. He devises a plan because he has a contact who worked with the CIA before in Hollywood, a makeup artist played by John Goodman's character, who's his character's name is John Chambers. Okay, I think they say he worked on the Planet of the Apes and stuff, and everything else. So anyway, this Tony Menendez, Ben Affleck's character, he goes to him and says, "Listen, we're gonna make a fake, science fiction film, okay? And we're gonna, we'll say the Canadians that are in Iran are a part of my crew. He'll play a producer. Ben Affleck, he'll play a producer." Going out to scout locations with his film crew. Of course, the 6 Americans are posing as the Canadians. Okay, and so first, what they do is John Goodman introduces them to Alan Rickman, his character who's played Lester Siegel. He's a producer, so they have to basically get a fake script for this fake film that they're going to make. And let me say, the performances in this movie are absolutely phenomenal, especially Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman is hilarious with his one-liners and stuff. And I think they even go around saying, "Argo, fuck yourself." I don't know. The name of the film is Argo, but they have a saying they go around saying, "Argo, fuck yourself," which is hilarious. But anyway, Ben Affleck's character, Tony Menendez, he talks to his boss, Bryan Cranston, who plays Jack O'Donnell, who they come up with, they get the approval for the plan. They're going to go in. He's going to go in and meet with the, he's going to get go in with to Iran with all these fake documents for this film in the script and stuff that they're going to make for this film, and he's going to brief them, the 6 Americans in there, and tell them this their backstory. They have to study it and know it and stuff. And there's a lot of tension in this movie, a lot of moments where you're kind of white knuckling it. A lot of good tension in this movie, and like I said, also. Victor Garber plays the Canadian ambassador, I guess, who holds invites the Americans in. And there's a lot of tension, a lot of arguing back and forth about whether this plan is going to work or not, whether it's going to work, and just a lot of good tension in this movie. And like I said, let's say, there's 2 moments in this movie that really stood out to me with the tension. After Ben Affleck gets there, and he tells the the Americans that basically we're going to have to go out after we got approval from the Iranians to shoot this movie. We're going to meet one of these reps from the cultural experience or wherever it is in Iran. We're going to go out to a bazaar and basically scout locations. And of course, they're nervous as hell to do this because they, the Iranian revolutionaries are rounding up, looking for Americans to hold hostage and everything else. So they're of course nervous as anything else. And there's a great scene with them going out into the bazaar market and they're taking pictures, acting, pretending like they're making a movie, and it's just, and of course the Iranians get suspicious and stuff, and there's a lot of tension involved and just really intense. And then when they get ready to leave Iran and they have to go, of course, to the airport, and they have to make sure that the tickets, because at first, and this was, I don't say what I want to spoil it that way, but anyway, when they get ready to leave, there's a lot of tension because they have to go, of course, go from the embassy to the airport, and then from the airport they have to get past these 3 certain stops to get to the plane that takes off, and there's a lot of tension about whether they're going to get caught or not. And it's really just a real good movie. And this is the first time that I've seen this movie, and it's really, really good. Now I can understand why it won Best Picture, because it's a really well-acted movie, a lot of tension and suspense. I mean, you know what's going to happen, from the title, but the way it gets there is what makes it a really good movie. And I definitely can highly recommend Argo. Definitely one of the best pictures of the year. I can see now why it won. And Ben Affleck, like I said in one of my other videos, I have a lot of respect for him now before, because I think when Good Will Hunting came out, him and Matt Damon, they won the best screenplay or something for Good Will Hunting. And then a few years after that, Matt Damon seemed to be getting all the good roles, and Ben Affleck was basically floating by making bad scripts and stuff like Geely and all these other bad films. But he's really become a really good director and a better actor, I think, also. So I definitely would recommend Argo. Definitely worth getting. Okay. Now, the other movie that I have is an animated movie that was nominated for Best Picture, Best Animated Picture, but it didn't win. I think Brave won. Wreck-It Ralph. Okay. And basically, this is a story about a cartoon, video game characters, and Wreck-It Ralph. That's him, played by John C. Reilly. He's basically the villain of his video game, and he's always destroying things. Hence his name, Wreck-It Ralph. And the hero of his video game, Felix, always uses power hammer to rebuild whatever Ralph's destroyed. Okay, and of course, but Ralph is always, in the beginning of this movie, it's a really good, funny scene. They show Ralph, I guess in a villain's meeting, therapy session where he's discussing who he is, and and about how he's a bad guy. He wants not to be a bad guy. He wants to be a good guy, because he basically sees how, after he's basically destroyed in his game, how everybody, after the games are over and everybody goes home from the arcades, and the arcade characters go about their regular lives, he's always left alone because he's a villain and nobody wants to celebrate with a villain. Okay, so he longs to be a hero. Okay, so he comes up with a plan, okay, that he's going to invade a new game called Hero's Duty. It's a first-person shooter game, and he sees a chance to win a medal and become a hero, a hero's medal, by winning this game. And he actually does do that, but he accidentally unleashes a side bug that that comes with him when he leaves the game. Okay, and of course the tough hero of this video game, Hero's Duty, Sergeant Calhoun, played by, I think, voiced by Jane Lynch, who's great in this movie. She follows him to try to get the medal back, and meanwhile, while Wreck-It Ralph was trying to get back to his game, he crashes a car and he loses his medal. But while he goes to retrieve it, another character right there, played by Selva Silverman. The character's name, I believe, is Penelope Von Seitz. Okay, who's hilarious. Like, she's the star of a racing car game, and of course she uses his medal to enter a racing car game, and her goal is, of course, to win the game. Of course, because all the other video game characters in that game consider her a glitch. So, this glitches and disrupts things. Okay, and of course, Ralph, with the threat of her, she's saying she'll help him get his medal back once he helps her get a race car to enter this race. Okay, and that's the basic premise of this movie, of Ralph, Wreck-It Ralph trying to help her, and then there's all these little twists and turns, which I don't want to give away. Okay, but it's a really good. First of all, this is a beautiful movie. I saw this, like I said, for the first time today. It looks absolutely beautiful, stunning on Blu-ray. The animation is, and this story is a really good movie. It has a lot of a good heart about it, and I think I love John C. Reilly as Wreck-It Ralph. You really feel for him, his character, who's really just, you know, he wants to be different. He's tired of being the bad guy, and he wants to be included. Okay, so he's really good. And also Sarah Silverman is what's her name? Penelope Von Seats. She's funny as hell with her one-liners and stuff. And this movie has a lot of heart to it. And like I said, and Jane Lynch is hysterical as Sergeant Calhoun. She's absolutely hilarious. And Sergeant Calhoun is joined also by Fix It Up Felix, who actually goes with her to look for Ralph, because Ralph, you know, since Ralph is gone from his game, they're about to close his game out and permanently unplug their game from the arcade. So he's joining with Sergeant Calhoun, Fix It Felix, to help find, you know, Wreck-It Ralph, to get him back to his game. And like I said, the story has a great animation, a good heart, and a good message. And I absolutely love the animation. And also, they have the short, I guess, a short on there, and a lot of special features on the back of this. And this, I definitely highly recommend this. And I know Brave won the Oscar for Best Animated Film, but you know, at the time I didn't see Wreck-It Ralph, but I definitely think this should have won for Best Animated Movie of last year. I love Brave, don't get me wrong, I liked it a lot, but I think Wreck-It Ralph was good because it had, like I said, it's a good story, good heart, and just really made you feel good watching this, okay? And the animation is absolutely breathtaking, okay? So definitely highly recommend this. So that's my two reviews. Definitely Argo, best film of the year. Definitely worth getting and owning. This is a steelbook. Absolutely beautiful film. Like I said, Ben Affleck, right there with Bryan Cranston there, and John Goodman and Alan Arkin down there. Alan Arkin was hilarious too. But anyway, definitely I can see why this is why it won Best Picture. A lot of tension and suspense in this movie. Great acting all around. Definitely Ben Affleck is a great director. Definitely worth owning. And Wreck-It Ralph, just a fantastic animated movie. Like I said, it has a lot of a good heart, a nice original movie. And I like all the nods to the old video game characters and stuff that's in there. And it's just a really great, fun movie. And it had beautiful animation and a lot of heart. And it has this great lenticular cover. And like I said, it has a lot of heart and a good story. And it's just funny and heartwarming. And definitely worth getting. Okay, so that's my reviews for this week. Let me know what you think. If you've seen those, feel free to leave comments down below. And I'm going to go back to sleep. And hopefully I won't have that same nightmare again. Okay, so Trepacer saying so long and take care.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special news bulletin direct via satellite from our on-the-spot task force.
Oh, the camera, and it's on.